people were not happy with me. If you know that the elites in Anambra, even till today, are not happy with me. And it's not that I know it, because I go to see a president then who tells me, Peter, nobody's happy with you. And I say, Mr. President, I didn't promise people happiness. I promised to fix school. I promised to fix school. I promised to fix health. I promised because the only thing that would have made them happy is to give them public money, which I'm not ready to give anybody. And that's it. So.
Hello, Nigerians. What do you know about His Excellency Peter Obi?
Did you know that Peter Obi rejected $1 million prize for being the first and best governor to achieve the 2014 Millennium Development Goal? A standing ovation, please.
Did you know that Peter Obi rejected oil well as a governor of Anambra State? Wonderful.
Did you know that Peter Obi rejected 700 million naira monthly pension as ex-governor? Exceptional.
Did you know that Peter Obi refused to inflate and share the state annual budget with the State House of Assembly, which led to his unlawful impeachment? Talk about integrity here.
Did you know that Peter Obi rejected an allocation of millions of naira to set up an office for the First Lady? And now.
Did you know Peter Obi never gave contracts to his family members or relatives on favoritism? A true leader.
Do you know Peter Obi rejected lands allocated to him as a governor? Who else can?
Do you know that Peter Obi's daughter followed due process to get a job as a teacher, His Excellency?
Did you know that Peter Obi was the only governor without a governor's lodge in Abuja? A frugal leader.
Did you know Peter Obi handed over 75 billion naira in cash and assets after 8 years as governor, refusing to convert it for his personal use? Is Peter Obi or nothing?
The worst case scenario in the 2027 elections is that no winner will emerge in the first round. We may have to go for runoff. And Bola Tinubu will not be on the ballot for the runoff because he will at best be third in the election. He has no pathway to win. On the analysis, he'll be at best third.
Peter Obi serves our purpose not only for equity, fairness and justice, but looking at the political terrain, he stands out as the best material out there that we can market to Nigerians and say, bring whoever you want and let's match them one-on-one.
They are not saying it's the turn of the Yoruba because they know that we Yoruba know it is not our turn.
Yeah.
But they have personalized it and say it is their turn. And we are saying it cannot be their turn. As long as they are coming out in the name of Yoruba, it certainly cannot be their turn.
Peter, our brother, is not running as an Igbo person. We donated Peter to Nigeria because we know that he has the character.
We're not supporting Peter Obi because he's Igbo. No. Peter Obi is everything that a president should be in any part of the world. So nobody is supporting Peter Obi because he's an Igbo man, because there are a lot of Igbo men that could have come out.
Meaning that Peter Obi is not only that he's not corrupt, he's incorruptible. And so he's not comparable with the presidential candidates of the other parties. So whenever you're talking about corruption, you just have to look down for people who can make honest mistakes just because human beings are not God. But when you talk about corruption, the Oba of Bini looked at my principle and said, your integrity goes before you. My principle is a man that wouldn't even accept plot of land that is due to him as a former governor. He wouldn't even accept pension due for him. Lagos State used its own liaison office here in Abuja to compensate Tinubu after being governor, after they made the elaborate pension scheme law. So can you compare? No, you don't compare my principle with Atiku or Tinubu. When you talk about anything that is misappropriation, you can say that some people in Labour have made honest mistake by the judgment of the court. Have you ever seen honesty added to those two gentlemen? Go to the court of public opinion, you wouldn't find it. A Tinubu and Atiku. Don't take my words for it. Take the words of Hayatuddin, a presidential aspirant of PDP for it. Said the PDP primary was obscenely monetized. So when a man like that who bought his own ticket by the confession of them, remember what my principal did? He said PDP is now a stumbling block to his aspiration for a new Nigeria, and that was why he left. So do you compare such a manipulator and then such an intimidator in Tinubu, who will tell you if anybody says there will be a change of government, tell the person shut up, who will tell you mentioning the name of Funka Akindele irritates him, an intimidator. So my principal is an inspirator. He will tell you, don't vote for me because I'm Igbo. Vote for me because I'm a man of character, competence, and capacity.
I can assure you that if I had won presidency, people won't be happy. The elites will not be happy. That's why they ganged up, because they know what will have happened and everything. People were not happy. So it wasn't about people's happiness. I get warned, and I say it every day. I get warned when people tell me. And when I became governor, I used to quarrel with people who were not happy with me. If you know that, the elites in Anambra, even till today, are not happy with me. And it's not that I know it, because I go to see a president then who tells me, Peter, nobody is happy with you. And I say, Mr. President, I didn't promise people happiness. I promised to fix school. I promised to fix school, I promised to fix health, I promised because the only thing that would have made them happy is to give them public money, which I'm not ready to give anybody. And that's it. You know, so
before 12 p.m., Tinubu will be out of Aso Rock. It's not a bragging, it's a reality. They cannot withstand the heat of the OK ticket. And that's why they're beginning to push some of this narrative out there to discountenance the ticket. The ticket represents hope, represents education, represents hospital, represents the average masses that is going to bear without hope. We've spent money on education without hope of where these kids, when they graduate, where they are going to work. We need a country that will be productive. And that's why His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi has always been very clear about it. They are our consensus candidates. The one whom we are looking up to become the next president of Nigeria, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, did not just join alone, he joined with a complete movement of the Kwankwasia movement. This is a good combination of Nigerians. It's a marriage between the North and the South. The marriage, the division that have been established so long by the political class, they've divided us along religious lines, around regional lines. But this coalition of the OK movement have brought about a rebirth, a marriage between the North and the South, and it's a welcome development. And I say congratulations to Nigerians. And I believe the Nigerians at the end of the day will do the needful come 2027.
Vote wisely. Vote for Peter Obi, who has no trace of corruption, who has not been invited even once by any anti-corruption agency, who has discharged himself as the best governor when he was the governor of Anambra State, who has turned the worst security situation, a state where governor is kidnapped and taken to a place and his resignation announced against his consent. That's Anambra State. He took that state and transformed it to be the safest state in Nigeria, with the least poverty rate in Nigeria, with the best road network in Nigeria, with the first in Millennium Development Goal by UNDP. Peter Obi took a worse situation and turned it to the best.
If I have opportunity of being part of Nigeria at the helm, the first executive bill I'll take to the House is that Nigeria must save money. We must have at least 5 to 10% of our resources from oil, from mineral resources, from natural resources, saved for future generation. Because the expiring assets, every country is doing savings. That's why we have a problem because we don't save. You must save money.
Tell me one politician in the history of Nigeria who has been scrutinized as much as Peter and has not been found wanting. None. I believe that if I am scrutinized as much as Peter, they will find me wanting. There is no politician in Nigeria who you can scrutinize as much as Peter Obi has been scrutinized, and he has not been found wanting in any way. So what is wrong in being a clean guy? The only offense of Peter is that people are saying that it's not rugged, it's not brutal, it's not cunning. And I'm asking, why should he be brutal? Why should he be cunning? Why should he brutalize other people in order to win power? And he says, if I'm coming to serve you, I don't have to give you money. Peter has changed the face of politics in Nigeria. I challenge you to go out there and inquire. Peter's coming into the race has demystified the power of money in Nigerian politics. This is the only election that people are this close to primaries, and they have not sold a leg and an arm to win election. A lot of people are copying Peter's model of, I know they give shishi.
Peter Obi is a due process man. He allows things to play out according to law. He as a human being, he hates the idea of dictating to people. He believes we are in a democracy. He believes that he is a presidential candidate, and then that the leaders of the party ought to do what is right, and then the system should have a way to correct itself. He's not a man that wants to lord things over people. It may, in Nigerian situation, it may work in one way, I may have problems in another way, but then it means he will never compromise due process and rule of law. So this situation now in Labour Party, he is allowing the system to take care of it. He doesn't want to dictate to the parties. That does not mean that normal Atiku Abubakar, who of course should have been disqualified by now, by going to the north and making a genocidal statement that Northerners should vote for North only. This was what caused genocide in Rwanda, when Hutus were told that they should not support Tutsis because they are cockroaches. Atiku Abubakar went to the north and said Northerners should support only the people from the north, not Yoruba, not Igbo. That is ethnic profiling. That's genocidal statement. Atiku knows he has failed. What he's trying to do now is to make sure he destroys our democracy after he has failed. And he should be called to order. INEC should be implementing section 97 of the Electoral Act now on Atiku, because that's a criminal offense, trying to profile ethnic and religious groups. So it is Atiku Abubakar that I've always said he is very unfit to be president, and not only that he's unfit, he is now a threat to our democracy.
Go and ask the 30 member of House that impeached me. We sat down and they said, if you give us this, we will stop impeachment in front of everybody. And I can call notable names that there. And I said, I'm not going to give it to you. I'd rather go. My name is Peter Obi. My name is not Governor of Anambra State. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria that works for the youth. We have so much.
Peter Obi, by the way, implemented the APGA manifesto and did well. Because he referenced Peter Obi. Peter Obi relatively did well. He did the roles as an APGA governor, implementing APGA manifesto. And you're saying, things are in the economy. Let me tell you, for the records, Anambra State has the lowest unemployment of any state in Nigeria at 13%. National Bureau of Statistics, not Anambra State numbers. Anambra State has poverty rate declined from 53% under Peter Obi to 14.78. National Bureau of Statistics, not Anambra State numbers.
Successfully screened and cleared to contest in the presidential primaries of the party. On behalf of the party, on behalf of the national chairman and every member of the party, I hereby present to you officially your nomination form. This nomination form is, the serial number is 001, and it is done for the purpose.
Anybody that rigs this election will rig out his life. Okay. I want to assure you that one. Nigeria is no more the Nigeria of yesterday. We are sophisticated. We've got restive young men and women. Nigerian farmers will allow Tinubu's government to come back to destroy agriculture.